shots here. Look at this. Is
What's
it?
this?
We're gonna do some shots.
Team XL.
Woo! Check that out. Boom. Loved it. Love Sasha's face. Incredible. Thank you, guys.
Just beauty.
And thank you to our audience.
Thank you
here.
very much.
Incredible.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tara. Thanks for coming up, guys. Boom, baby. Yes, I will hold on to the bedazzled. Thank you. Thanks, Tara. Thank you, Sash. And I know Kim is a huge fan now talking to Tara. I mean, we really loved her dress rehearsal. I think, without giving too much away, Kim, I would almost say it felt to me like hers was your favorite from the dress rehearsal. Would that be about right?
Tara?
Yeah.
Oh, loved her.
Yeah, I mean,
oh
you were
God.
like, without, you know, you were kind of almost tearing up. It was so
I was
good.
just like, oh my God, it was so good.
And
She's incredible.
And I think that it has to be mentioned, commendable from Sash, because he really has had to, you know, had some workarounds.
Normally you have to work with, oh, can they maybe do this step or that step, like.
But there's no compromise.
Nothing.
Nothing. Like, seriously, the footwork and, as you say, the hold and how much they've challenged themselves for week 2.
To be honest, I thought they'd have to have a lot of compromises with the quick step, because that's the dance where they have to be in frame for most of the dance. And I was thinking that might be a little difficult, but they ended up, yeah, they did an amazing job.
Well, let's hope that they can pull it off in front of this crowd here, who are allowed one tonight. And can we just segue back into this? Because obviously I'm a huge Family Matters fan, a huge Steve Urkel fan. And can you believe...
I dance with Steve Urkel.
Yes, you know this man.
Yes, I can't believe he's here. That's amazing.
And you can see here that he is here to give Calvin some love. Now, I know you were watching that performance. Obviously, we missed it.
Oh my God, it was great.
How was his dance?
His dance was so amazing. He was so good. There was great foxtrot in there. I'm a big fan of Calvin's. I think he's one to watch. I think these two are really going to improve and really get great scores.
Yeah, well, we're about to find out. Of course,
Yeah.
Juriel White is the original Urkel, and he's there to cheer him on. And let's see if he can get some.
Okay.
He will be straight sevens across the board. Kim, what do you think?
That's
He will
not too
be.
bad.
What will he be about that?
That's not too bad. I mean, I think ultimately he's got to step it up a little more to get some 8s and stuff like that. But I really love that dance. I thought it was entertaining. That smile. I mean, Julianne spoke about it. It's just unbelievable. And yeah, it was such a cute routine. Great foxtrot content. It was really good.
Well, I think, and we talked about how much Calvin had the pressure on him of people not being able to think he could dance from his own family and his sister. So I think that with that behind him, he really is a contender. The sports guys always do well on the show.
They always, and
He's
that's
got the
a lot
work
of pressure
ethic
as well, because he knows that the athletes coming into this always do well. So he's probably like, oh great, like all footballers end up winning it.
All right, now we just decided to dim the lights right now. No, that's the main show that are preparing for, let me just say, an epic, dark Game of Thrones extravaganza. Now, are you a fan of the show, Kim?
I am the biggest fan of the show.
So, I mean, all the people out there that love Game of Thrones, the millions of you that are watching All Access.
You're in for a treat.
Yeah, you are in for a treat right now. This really is something special.
It really is.
And Max, of course, we love him, but he's really put something special together here. You're kind of seeing what it's going to look like.
This is the dance. It's
yeah,
a
the
Viennese
concept.
waltz.
So what are you seeing? I mean, what do you think of the challenges of this dance?
So the challenges of this dance, I think last week they came out of the gate and I think it was a bit sort of tentative from Amber. I feel like she has to really go for it a lot more this week. And I think that's what Max is trying to get out of her. So they really have to do it. Again, we're going to want to see nice frame, but she's just really going to have to move across the floor. She's going to have to really go for it, have some nice swing action, finish off her lines. I'm looking to see her really step it up tonight.
All right, well, look, she had a great dance last week. Can she do one better tonight? We're about to find out, Kim. We can see their costumes are spectacular.
Okay, Max looks like Dothraki, like, it's unbelievable.
Incredible.
He's going to get a role on Game of Thrones now. He looks amazing.
And look, yeah, hats off to our incredible hair and makeup team.
And Amber, oh my gosh. I love the hair, the outfit. It's incredible. Okay, so we're seeing some Viennese waltz now. She's moving across the floor. It's a very Dothraki, Khaleesi love-hate thing right now. But this is really up her alley, isn't it? With the whole I am woman, you know.
Well, she is the Khaleesi, you know, in so many ways. She is a powerful, strong woman, as you say. But are we seeing The technique, are they in sync?
Yes, her timing's really good. I just want to see her finish off her lines more and have a little bit more finesse with her moves. I think that at times it almost looks like she's sort of walking through the moves, and I just want to see her have more attack and more power. Just get more power across the floor.
And well, how does that come? From practice, from confidence?
It comes from practice. It comes from, I mean, this is her second week out. You know, I'm probably being a little bit harsh.
Yeah.
But I feel these are the things that she's going to have to work on to improve. But yeah, just finishing off her lines, like she'll put her arm out but doesn't fully extend it. Things like that. But
well,
it was a big improvement on last week.
And I certainly think if that's what we're talking about, it means that she's got potential.
Oh, she's definitely got potential.
And if she does those small little things, then she could really become a presence in this competition.
She's very elegant and graceful, and she's got the potential. She just has to let it out more.
And a lot of that, I think, you know, there's the confidence of having Max in your corner.
Absolutely.
Someone who you know is a past winner, a true champion.
And he's the one that's going to really guide her, and, you know, she's in great hands there, so... Yeah.
Well, I know she is a super fan of Game of Thrones.
Oh, she is?
Yes, and I think she'll be very pleased, first of all, being able to tackle something like this. And I think that the fans of hers and, you know, everyone out there that's maybe sitting on the fence going, okay, who am I going to vote for tonight? I think she could be in a good position.
I think she could be in a good position. I think Julianne's talking about maybe her tripping up or something and blaming it on the shoes. Possibly,
yeah.
But maybe that's why she couldn't stride out as much as...
Yeah, well, Julianne was just saying that, yeah, maybe the shoes weren't the right choice.
Right.
But,
you know, when you're doing a TV theme night, it's always that, oh, how far do I go? And, you know, she looks like Khaleesi and she's got the shoes on.
You look at someone, a great choreographer like Mark Ballas, and he goes all out when it comes to the costume.
Oh, yes.
And then works out what he can make work with these incredible... things that come from his brain. So,
absolutely.
I think that it's, you know, you've got to get into character.
You do. And people want to see that. It's TV theme night. You know, you want to really go there and commit to it.
How potentially could that have held her up a little bit?
I think that when she was up there on the stage, you saw her like sort of trip a little bit. And I think maybe it was a combination of the shoes and the floor. But these are technical things. Like I also think it's just a matter of her dancing more. You know, it's the second week. So she's got to just, you know, keep in the dance studio, practice a lot. A lot of practice goes into it. People don't realize that you've got to put in the hours. You've got to put in like 5 to 6 hours a day.
And you've had experience. You've had experiences both sides of that, where you've had someone that maybe, you know, without mentioning names, didn't want to work as well. And how frustrating is that?
Yeah, I mean, the ones that do really well on Dance with the Stars are the celebrities that put the work in and really want it. And I think Amber is. I think she really wants to do this. Like we saw in her package, she's really committed to this and she wants to do it. And she's happy that Max is pushing her. So I think she just has to let herself go more. You
certainly can't ask for anything more than that, than a celebrity that really wants to be pushed and really wants to be here.
Absolutely.
6s across the board from our judges. Certainly, I think, not what she would have liked.
Yeah, I'm sure she would have liked to see some 7s, possibly an 8 in there. So 6s are going to keep her sort of in the middle to the bottom, I think.
All right,
because I think she was kind of low down, wasn't she?
It really just does put a lot of stress on the fact that the fans and these guys watching at home are going to play a big part, I think, in tomorrow night's elimination. Yeah. Whoever leaves the show, maybe that decision is going to be made by you at home. So you've got to make sure that you get behind your favourite. Tomorrow will be the first elimination. No one wants first to go. I want to say hello to everyone on Periscope that are watching us for the very first time. Thank you to Facebook Live for sending in all the credible questions, and of course on abc.com. And keep up.
Well, yeah, I'm getting some good tweets actually. I'm writing back, so keep tweeting me, and I might step out for a minute.
Absolutely.
Tweet more.
Kim is going to be over there, just getting the right questions together, and we are going to welcome these guys, who they did such a great job. Jana and Gleb. We've bedazzled these especially for you. There you go. And first of all, look, we can see with your movement right now.
Okay.
And I think when I saw that dance finish, the one thing I saw come across your face was relief. Bring us into that. Bring us into what was going through your mind as you were dancing, knowing that it could in some ways fall apart at any time.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm so bummed that it came across because I was trying my hardest to like just have that tango intensity, and I'm bummed that it came through with showing that I was worried. But I think just like, especially like the stuff that they showed in my package, like that moment where like he does grab that part of my ribs, like it literally puts me to my knees. It's so painful. So I was like, I don't want that to happen because I want to finish this dance, and I would have regardless. But like, I'm so proud of like. We've had to he's had to adjust the choreography for me, and he's been so patient, so.
Well, look, speak on that. You talk about being proud. I mean, I can imagine from the footage that we saw, and Kim and I were just talking about this, that was real. That was very much like, there's a real chance that she's not going to be performing. There's just no way, given the pain that you had when that thing happened. So how proud of you to even, the fact that she just walked out there and danced in front of America, man.
Yeah, I'm super proud of her, and well, the thing is, the whole dance is in hold, so there's not a lot of steps you can really change to adjust the choreography. So every single step that we do is going to be painful. So the amount of pain Jenna had to go through is enormous. But how she did it, I don't know. I still can't believe that we actually did it with the intensity and the, so much power and energy she put in. I'm really, really proud. I'm so happy that it worked out.
Well, look, we talked about it last week, all the success that you've had, but it comes from a lot of drive too. So when this happened to you, you're in week 2. It couldn't have happened at a worse time.
Like, what a baby. Who sprains their rib? Like,
this sort of thing you can understand if you're in the semis or the quarters, but how did you get over that mountain? What did you change in your mindset to go, you know what, I'm here and I'm going to do it?
I have the best supportive partner ever taking me through that. So it's like, that means the absolute world to me that, he's just like, we got this. Like, he motivates me more than anything. And then I'm such a stubborn, competitive person that even today I was frustrated. I'm like, oh, I'm not doing like my best. And I shut down. But then the second it's go time, I'm
Tell
like,
me what
bring
we did backstage when we finished the dance. Because there was one move that didn't work, and she couldn't get the leg through.
Messed up a part, and
so we were like, okay, we got to do it again. So went backstage and did it again.
Can we talk about this? We can say this on camera. This is PG.
PG.
Okay.
Oh no! Oh, like no, the part, like the move.
What happened? What happened? Bring us into it.
Well, we just messed up one of the leg.
The leg, yeah.
And I kind of like wobbled a little bit, so we did it, like we redid that move.
Yeah.
After the show.
So just to get it right,
just to get it right, like we got it right.
It's perfectionist, right? And that's how you got to be. I mean, with a competition like this, knowing how good everyone's getting, it feels like everyone's kind of doubling down week to week.
Yeah.
What do you do now? What do you do now when you're at week 2? You've got an injury. You've got to work with it because you want to be there at the end.
Just, hopefully we have a dance next week that isn't so
holding.
Like holding. But I don't know what that would be, like side by side.
We'll work on the technique. We'll work on the, on the legs. We'll work on the lines. We're still gonna keep working. I'm still gonna keep training Jenna how to become a dancer, which is very important at the end of the competition. But I'll try to adjust the choreography so there's less painful, and so she can.
So maybe I can like heal just like a little bit.
Yeah, well,
because I'm not stopping.
It is tough, right?
Yeah,
you've got 3 days to learn the next one. You got to go for it. So you can kind of rest for like an hour or 2.
Yeah, right.
But there's a lot of support out there. You can see Bruno even. He loved your dance last week.
Heat stroke.
Is that
Thanks,
I think that's a zucchini. I can't make that out
I
there.
think
like,
that's a never mind.
zucchini. All right, let's just.
That's Maya. I was like, I can't even handle. I'll keep my mom as she did. Look at that vote, Team Glamour. That's my mom.
It's great.
So sweet. Yeah.
And I guess when you think about everyone out there sitting with their phones and tweeting you guys and asking you questions and just positive comments, it means a lot too, right?
It really does. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh yes, there we go. Confirmed. Gleb has the sexiest use of guy liner. Right there.
Give me a look. Look at this.
Look at that guy.
Unbelievable.
Woo, my little rock star.
It's a tough look to pull off, and he's absolutely nailing it.
Yeah,
we do have some questions from these guys.
Yeah,
so let's take a look right now. Here we go.
What is fascinating, weird, unique, or interesting? Oh, I'll tell you something unique, Chantel.
Thank you, Chantel.
I don't have one mole on my body.
Yeah. One mole?
I don't have any moles.
Unbelievable.
And I'm in the sun like all the time. What about you?
Can we get an applause for that? Come on. That's amazing.
It's like the weirdest thing.
It's incredible.
Weird.
What you got for us?
What about you?
What about me?
Yeah. What's like unique, weird about you?
I speak Russian too.
That's not weird. Oh, he does speak.
All right.
Tell
everyone out there to vote for you in Russian.
Ребята, пожалуйста, голосуйте за нас. Нам очень нужна ваша поддержка. Голосуйте за Яночку. И We love you.
I don't know what he's saying, but I
You got to vote for him. There's you guys' team name. Put it up. We're going to do a photo.
Team
Come on, here we go.
Glamour. Oh.
Look at this. At least you don't have one of these fake beards. You can grow a real one. You
He
speak?
can't grow a beard.
Yeah,
That's the unique about you who can't grow right there.
Yeah, I can't grow. So the weirdest, one weird thing. I just went to this arts and shaving shop just the other day. I came in and asked this guy. I said, "Do you have some lotion, like so I can put on my face and grow my beard so it just grows fuller?" So I told her this story, and she was like, "Ha ha ha, very funny."
No, I think it's funny. Like he wants to like draw on a beard. Like that's how like if he's a little baby
this
beard.
is what a drawn-on beard looks like, guys.
I
You
love
don't
it.
want this. But look, congratulations on a really great dance.
I appreciate
We don't want to even think about tomorrow, but I think you guys are going to be great. And make sure that you vote, okay?
Please vote. We
You've
need
got
your
to vote.
Yeah.
I
And,
hate the begging, but I really want to learn more.
Please, he spoke Russian, for goodness sake. He deserves a vote or
and so
two.
then in German,
Speak German, go.
bitte. That's it. Please, bitte,
Bitte.
bitte, bitte.
She's
bitte.
very fluent. She's incredible.
You can speak German.
All right.
Yeah, but I don't know how to say vote for us.
Well, that's good. We're going to end it there, guys. Thank you so
All
much
right,
for
thank you.
coming
Bye,
out.
guys.
We
Thanks for-
appreciate
Bye,
it.
guys.
Let's
Thank
give them a
you.
big round of applause. You guys did an incredible job tonight, especially under the circumstances. Go and rest. Yeah, look, today, right now. You found it. Thank you. Look, she can stay. Flip, you have to go now. Thank you. Unbelievable. Okay, I'm being told that she said that off mic, so there's no record of that, so they're not going to be able to, they're just teasing me. Okay, let's keep it together. You can hear those crickets? Did
I
you
can
hear
hear the
those?
crickets.
Look, I tell you what, I love
feel
those
like I
guys.
missed
I really love
something
her.
really-
She knows what she's doing.
I feel like I missed something really amazing.
You should just see, you look like Hugh Jackman with that beard.
Oh, wow.
pretty cool, huh?
That's really
Thank you, Kim.
cool.
Thank you. Thank you,
Actually, you know what? Yeah.
Kim. Okay, thank you.
Just made your whole night.
Okay,
Wow.
we're gonna go to commercial. Oh, that's right. We don't do that on the show, do we?
No, we don't.
She did so good, and just to hear her talk about that, she said the one thing she was disappointed in was that it showed in her face that she was a little bit like, it's hurting a little bit. I'm really, because she's trying to get into the character of the tango.
Right.
But some of it is, you can't control it,
that's
right?
the thing, you can't hide it on this show, and that's what I love about it. But I think she did a great job. I didn't really see it so much in her face.
Yeah, okay, well, she sure did, and I think that from what we're hearing from you guys, you loved it.
You loved it.
And now let's talk about this man right here. We just had him up here.
Yes,
he is a
no.
man. Of course, we know him from Go Diego Go
Yes.
when he was a little boy, 9 years old.
So cute.
When he started doing that show. But this is now about his kind of coming out and showing that he's a man.
Exactly.
How did he do?
He's
Kim?
growing up. He's out there doing a samba. Yeah, I think he's still got like a little bit of work to do. He gets a little bit wide in the base. These are just like really technical things. But I think the judges were pretty hard on him last week. And he's down the bottom of the leaderboard. He really needed to do a great number to get some higher scores.
Okay, well, the judges have all sort of said
Oh,
that
it's sort of middle of the road.
timing was the big
The
thing.
timing, yeah. So he gets, because he's sort of like wide in the base, he's not completely on time. It's sometimes a little bit late. So his timing suffers.
Yeah, well perhaps
So he's
last
got
week he was a little slow. The judges
A
are
little
saying
bit slow.
this week he was a little ahead of himself.
Right.
So he needs
well,
to kind of
that's
find
the
that.
adrenaline. The
that
adrenaline
middle.
can really get you. So, yeah, he's got some technical things to work on, but he's such a crowd favorite. The audience love him. The kids here love
Totally,
him.
and I think for Jenna as well, it's about, it's her first time as a pro. She's doing an incredible
She's doing
job.
an amazing job.
They are a great team,
Yes.
and it really shows that they're both sort of, young and just enjoying this experience.
They're enjoying
right?
the experience, and it's his second performance. But now I think Jenna will have to sort of get really technical with him and really get his timing right.
Okay, well,
if they want to move
a
forward.
lot to work on,
Yes.
and you've got a very short amount of time to do it. I mean,
You
that is the
do.
biggest
Oh my
challenge
gosh.
when you get to week 2, 3, 4, 5 of the show,
Absolutely.
is that you've got 3 or 4 days
So you get 3
maximum,
maximum to do
to
it.
learn, to polish, and to really,
To get into the character.
yeah, to push
because,
yourself as well.
I mean, it takes, you just sort of being comfortable with the routine like on day 4, but it's then you're wanting to perform it. So you're exhausted.
Now we talked about this before, and I just quickly before we've got James and Shana that are coming in. What are the challenges for Jenna when she knows she's got Derek over here that's been doing this thing for like ever? He's won it
Sure.
multiple times. How does Jenna compete with
Jenna's
these
so
more well-known
talented.
pros?
She's so talented. She's had the experience of being on the show for a couple of years now with being in the troupe.
Yeah.
So she knows, she's seen what happens. She's been in a lot of the numbers. She knows what the pros do. So I think that has really helped her. And she's an incredible dancer and teacher. So I think she's doing an amazing job. But it just comes with practice.
All right, well, look, I think that she is doing a great job,
She is.
as I said, and we are having a great show so far tonight. Of
Yes.
course, celebrating the greatest of television. You can see our outfits tonight. Kim and I are celebrating.
I've been
Put those
taking off my
glasses
glasses. That
on. Celebrating Miami Vice.
I want to
Okay,
just click my fingers when I hear this.
fantastic, fantastic. All right, look, thank you
Thank
for
you.
reporting. I
Thank you for
appreciate
that.
it. And right now we can see certainly pole position. This guy is a
Yes.
driver, and he is sitting at the top of the table right now.
Absolutely.
James and Shana.
So I'm going to step out and take some Twitter questions.
Keep an eye out on what's going on out there in the ballroom, and we will welcome these guys back in the man himself. How are you, brother? Look at you, man. You can go whatever way you want. Yeah, just for once. For once.
One time I'm going to avoid the
Now,
sparkles.
hello to you
You
two.
need to suit up.
And first of all, I've got to say, are you crazy? Why were you racing yesterday?
It's my job.
So you were like,
Kind
you
of my
know
day
what? I've got to do this.
Yes.
And you did good. You know, you started 20, you ended 12th. That's a good race for you, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was good progress. We didn't start where we wanted to, and the way the race played out, we did what we could, made up a bunch of spots, but it's all over and done with now. Racing's over, and now I can focus on the dancing.
And Shana, what about you? Were you there? Were you kind of dancing in the pit? What was going on?
I definitely went through the week and I saw your practice runs.
Yep.
And actually James raced me around in the two-seater,
Wow.
which I thought was going to be terrifying, but it was freaking amazing.
How
I was like,
enjoyed
oh
it.
God!
tell us how quick you were going in that car.
We went, what, 165?
About 165, but at a track like that, it's not the top speed that's impressive. It's the braking and the cornering.
Yes.
It's nothing like you've ever
You have no
experienced.
idea. I was...
This
He took
guy
off-
must be having some seriously good dates with people taking them out.
Yeah.
It's
Not my car. Not my car. I don't get to use that often.
That
It's a
would be
special
awesome,
occasion.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I guess at this point, you're in the pole position, and how are you feeling after last week? I mean, certainly everyone loved you. These guys here have been giving you so much positivity, but does that feel like in some ways there's a target on your back because you are, everyone's saying the early favorite?
We joked about that afterwards. I mean, I think everybody came in, us included, with very tempered expectations, not really knowing what to expect, especially what happens on game day when all the pressure's on. And obviously she killed it, and
You killed it.
we killed it. Team Stop and Go killed it, and it was great. I mean,
So
the scores were
Hinchburg
great.
never got started?
No, never
Not
did.
yet, but
It's-
hey, listen, hopefully it's a long season and it can get started
Right.
at some
Of
point.
course.
Right.
We're going to have two or
But
three
it's-
nicknames, right, a season.
Oh yeah, why not, right?
Why not?
But I think that it is, kind of equally exciting and terrifying to be up there on the top spot, especially going into a week where we had absolutely no prep time and a lot of difficulties in getting this number together, even in the short time we had.
Yes,
so.
but come on, Shana, as well, you must be happy that you've got a guy that can dance. I know we have so many pros up here, and they're like, oh, it's so hard when you've got nothing to work with.
Well,
You've got someone that really can move.
We're really still discovering what James is great at. Okay, last week we found out foxtrot and frame. Amazing. This week I had Latin, I had Paso, completely unknown to James, hadn't started on it, and then all of a sudden I have a day and a half to do it, which I lost half of that time because of song clearances and stuff. So I was terrified, actually. I actually thought this week might be that one where I don't get it together.
Still terrified.
Still
We
terrified.
haven't actually shown yet what the result really is,
Yeah.
but hopefully it's all right.
But we do have a great dance move for our bumper this time.
Yes. Look, the dress rehearsal literally was amazing, and I think that we've got the fans out there. We've asked them to send in a lot of questions. You guys have got to go, so we're going to quick fire these questions, okay? If you
Okay.
want to give these guys a chance to get themselves here. This is from Jane. Yes, they want to know, where were you training before and after? I mean, obviously a busy week for James.
Yeah,
what did you do?
we got some work done here in LA before.
Yeah, we did our work here in LA before, and we got in an hour on Thursday night, but
Right.
James's schedule this week was insane at the
Yeah.
racetrack, so basically no is the answer to your question.
Right.
All right, thank you, Jane. What does Courtney want to know here? You're dancing to Walking Dead tonight. Who else would make the team from this cast?
Walking Dead inspired.
Inspired, right.
Inspired.
Yes.
Man, who would I want on my zombie apocalypse team? Well, I mean,
Yeah.
she would have to be there.
Yeah, Sean, of course.
Of course.
Come on, I'd like to.
I'd love
I'd
to
like to
kill
hope
zombies.
you'd have the All Access team as well. I mean, we'd be here. We'd be
100%,
looking
yes,
after
all
you.
of you
We
guys.
need,
Yeah.
I don't know, my brother actually would be great in this situation, I think. He's a pretty switched on guy,
Yeah.
got some good
Good to know.
survival instincts,
Good to know.
survival training, so we'll go with that.
All right. Well, look. Last question, guys. If James and Shana went to go-karting, how would you make it fair? I mean, what would you do? What are you
Blindfold
prepared to
James.
do?
That's a little much. That's a little dangerous. I would give her a lap head start.
Wow.
And
One
then
lap,
I'd have to
that's it.
chase her down. Well,
I've
they're
been
only
in
like
the car
5
with you.
minutes.
Unbelievably unfair.
Now, have you ever done that, James? Gone on a date or something and taken someone, given them like a huge head start, and then
No, I just try and win all the time. I can't do it. It's not in my
Competitive.
nature. It's awful. It's terrible.
Don't let the sweetness fool you. This guy is competitive.
Well, I tell you, you're in the right place because this is a competition. Tomorrow, of
Absolutely.
course, the first elimination. We're not even talking about that. We hope that you're going to be fine. Of course, you can vote up to 12 times each person.
Please vote.
The fans are all sitting out there right now with their phones, and they are voting. This is your team name.
Yeah.
There we go.
Team
That's
Stop
it.
and Go. There you go. Look,
I
hold it up.
love
We'll get a
that.
photo.
We even have the
Look at this guy. Unbelievable.
traffic light and everything. I love
I
it.
love it.
Well, look, thanks for coming up, guys.
course.
I think you guys are going to do great,
Thank
and
you.
we appreciate you coming up, and so do these guys as well.
Thanks so much,
So
guys.
let's give them a big round of applause.
Thank you, guys.
James.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Bye, my
See you,
love.
Shana. And look out for something very special from these guys a little later on in the show. Of course, as Shana said, they're Walking Dead inspired and a really creative dance, you know, wouldn't you say, from these guys. And I think that Shana knows that she can really push James. And so what we end up seeing is something that doesn't really feel like a week 2 dance.
No, it doesn't. He's really surprised me. I think he's been the surprise package of the season, this cast.
Now, look, you know what else is a big surprise? Vanilla Ice without this hat on.
Right.
Looks like a
Doesn't
different
he look
dude, right?
completely different? I didn't
Yes.
recognize him at first when I saw him.
Vanilla, the man, he actually looks like, you know, a middle-aged
He looks
father.
father.
And Lena's just said that there is some improvement in the movement. Now, you got to
Absolutely.
see the dancer just...
I think it was so disguised last week with the song and with his own moves, where this week we're now seeing, okay, he's doing something different. He was doing a foxtrot, which is completely out of his comfort zone, I'm sure. And, you know, I'd like to see him work on his frame a little more and his sort of technique and his footwork. But I think that was a really good job. I mean, he was quite graceful.
Yeah, Len called it the thriller from Vanilla.
That's so funny. I think Len likes Vanilla Ice. Maybe he was a fan of him.
Yeah, I
back
think
in
that,
the
look,
Ice baby.
everyone loves and has a soft spot for Vanilla Ice.
Absolutely.
The question now is, how is he going to develop? We talked about last week, of course, when you do an Ice Ice Baby, it's almost a freebie.
Right. It's kind of.
It was, how was he going to do in week 2 when it changed up?
I'm
and
pleasantly
what do you
surprised.
think? As far as what you anticipated, did he deliver?
I think he really delivered. I'd like to see a little bit more consistency. Like, I feel like he gets really good, and then like the transitions are a little bit sloppy. So I'd like to see him, you know, in the transitions, make them really crisp and clean. So I feel like if he could work on that, like he has moments of like